It's in what you don't feel qualified for. When you find yourself in a situation where you're over your head, you don't think you have what it takes, that's God stretching you. He can see things in you that you can't see in yourself. It may be uncomfortable, but don't shrink back. Keep stretching, keep believing, keep dreaming. Step by step, God is leading you. Some of you are about to step into the next level. You've been on that step long enough. You passed the test. Now the next step is coming. It's going to be a new level of influence, a new level of talent, a new level of creativity, a new level of your destiny. Victoria and I were driving to another city the other day, and I had my navigation system on, and at one point we were on this country road for about a 100-mile stretch, and there were all these intersections and different roads that veered off, and I kept thinking that I had missed my turn, and I had to keep looking at the navigation system. I noticed that as long as I was on the right path, the lady on the GPS system didn't say anything. I wish she'd have come on and said, "You're doing good, Joel. Keep going forward." But she never said a thing until it was time to do something different. Sometimes God is silent. You don't hear Him saying anything. It's easy to think, I must be off course. Something must be wrong. He's not talking. But like the lady on the GPS system, that means you're on the right course. Keep doing the right thing. Keep praying, believing, stretching. The next step is coming, but you have to pass the test of being faithful where you are, being your best with what you have. Then the next step will be a favor step, a promotion step, a healing step, a breakthrough step. When Joshua and the Israelites came to the Jordan River, there was no way to get across. They had heard how Moses held up his rod and the Red Sea parted. I'm sure Joshua thought the same thing would happen for him. But God had a different plan. He told Joshua to go tell the priest to walk into the river and then the waters would part. I'm sure the priest thought, "Joshua, that doesn't make sense. You want us to walk into the water? We could drown." The priest got up to the shore and nothing happened to the water. They got a couple feet from the bank, still nothing. Thoughts started telling them, what if it doesn't part? What if Joshua made a mistake? What if you get out there and you can't come back? They could have talked themselves out of it. Instead, they dared to step into the unknown. The scripture says, the moment their feet touched the waters upstream began to pile up. On the other side, it flowed downstream. Before long, the whole riverbed was empty. They were able to walk across on dry ground. Notice the miracle happened along the way. We think, God, part the river and then I'll go. God says, go, then I'll part the river. If you will step into the unknown, along the way, you'll see miracles. Along the way, the right people will show up. Along the way, doors will open that you could have never opened. God could have just as easily parted the waters before they stepped in. He was showing us this principle. When you don't see how it can work out, every voice says you better play it safe, but you take that step of faith and do what God's asking you to do, you too will see Jordan rivers part. And God on purpose puts us in situations where we can't do it on our own. It looks impossible. That's a test of our faith. If we stay in the boat, we'll never walk on water. We'll never see the fullness of our destiny. And if God would have parted the water first, that would have been a lot less stressful for them. They wouldn't have had to stretch and pray and believe. But here's the key. God uses the journey to get us prepared for where we're going. And when you have to stretch your faith, believe that He's making a way, and thank Him that things are changing in your favor, your spiritual muscles are getting stronger. You're developing a greater trust, a greater confidence in God. When we received word that this place, the former Compact Center, where the Rockets used to play basketball, was coming available, something came